All right, I've got a couple big announcements for you guys. Number one, PFF's player prop tool is now available on the web for all PFF Plus subscribers. And number two, PFF Plus is 40% off right now. If you use the promo code BLACKFRIDAY, you get all of the same data, grades, and analytics that all 32 NFL teams use, all 136 FBS teams use. As well, you get access to our 2026 NFL mock draft simulator, that world-class player prop tool that can help you nail all of your bets, and of course, the best fantasy football tools on the planet as well. Again, 40% off PFF Plus right now when you use the promo code BLACKFRIDAY. Oklahoma, LSU.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Syracuse.
We got it.
College.
No, God, no. Please, no. This is actually basically the SEC version of that game, though. What a disgusting football game.
Oh, we knew it was coming.
Oh, my goodness. Number 8, Oklahoma, 17, LSU 13. Thank God this game was not played on Thanksgiving night, because if you had the tryptophan in your system from the turkey and then you watched this game, you'd be fast asleep. You have no idea what would have happened in this game. But still, Oklahoma coming out on top, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Actually, they're going into playoff now with a 10-2 record. Let's go over the highest grade players, starting off with the Oklahoma Sooners. Safety, Peyton Bowen, 87.4. D tackle, Grayson Halton, 83.3. Cornerback, Eli Bowen, 79.6. Kendall Daniels, safety, 77.5. Linebacker, Kip Lewis, 74.9. John Mateer, 56.9. Let's go over to LSU with their highest grade players in the loss. A.J. Halsey, the safety, 78.6. D.J. Pickett, the corner, 76.2. P.J. Woodland, the corner, 75.2. Mansour Delane, the corner, 73.3. Tight end Tradez Green, 72. And the quarterback Michael Van Buren Jr., 60.9. Dalton, what told the story in this defensive slugfest that we got?
Look, I've said it before. The Oklahoma Sooners at this point they're the Pittsburgh Steelers of college football. This is how they're going to win games. It's their defense. It's Brent Venables. And listen, we're sitting here calling it hideous, and it's not the most fun football to watch. But to Brent Venables, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the greatest
Gorgeous,
thing he's ever seen. Absolutely, it's the kind of football that's gotten him into the playoff. But here's my number to encapsulate this, especially on the LSU side and what Oklahoma held them to. So a negative 4.481 EPA per play. Context. That is the second worst EPA per play that any SEC team has put up in a game this season. You want the fun part? You want the only one worse?
Is it Oklahoma or LSU?
No.
Oh, God.
It is also yesterday Kentucky in their 41-0 loss to Louisville. It would have been the worst had Kentucky not gotten shellacked by Louisville 41-0. Shout out Mike Quinn. That's your side note you were looking for there on that game. That's all I'm going to talk about with that. I mean, this was just a game that was no matter how low you put the under, it was going to hit. I think it was 36 going into it. Both defenses were really good, but Oklahoma's especially, as always, really good. 86.8 run defense grade, 77.7 coverage grade. LSU only had 213 net yards, and they had a 13-10 lead late in this game to try to win it before the one bust-in coverage. Seemingly, it feels like the only bust-in coverage they've had all season. 3.9 yards per play, only 4 explosive plays the entire game. This is just the game that we got. And Oklahoma's defense, once again, kept them in it just long enough for the offense to make just enough plays to get just enough points. I mean, that's what it feels. I feel like when I watch Oklahoma, I watch the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's Great pass rush. Front seven's great. All sorts of different looks on defense from Venables and everything he throws at you. And once again, they got it done. And like you mentioned, they are currently locked into that number 8 spot. That feels right. It might change a little if you get an Alabama or even a BYU win, because I think if BYU jumps, if they beat Texas Tech, they're jumping into that home team conversation. And the Alabama one would get weird because you do have the head-to-head with Oklahoma winning, but also coming off a Georgia win and winning the SEC title game.
Pride jump Oklahoma.
And then you talk about, those are the two scenarios where if either one happens, you could get Oklahoma as a road team still. But for now, if the two favorites, or I don't know if they're favorites, Georgia, probably, but Georgia and Texas Tech winning, you're locked into that number 8 spot, no higher.
And by the way, so I know we made some jokes at the start of the show, or start of this review, I should say. We're saying it's a disgusting football game and all that. For anyone on Twitter who is saying Oklahoma should not be in the playoff because of how bad their offense is, that is they should 1,000% be in the playoff.
They've earned it.
1,000% be in the playoff. I saw a lot of people on Twitter being like, "Oh, we can't have Oklahoma make the playoff with this offense." Absolutely, you can.
The Steelers make the playoffs every year.
Absolutely,
Same thing?
absolutely. Yeah, just because a team's not scoring 45 points a game and winning games 45-41, you're still winning football games out there, man. So Oklahoma 1,000% shouldn't be the playoffs. I could not believe I saw those takes on Twitter yesterday saying Oklahoma should not be in the playoffs. So
Oklahoma's task was simple yesterday.
It's win.
Win, and you're going to be number 8. Or lose, and you're going to be out.
Yeah.
And they would have been out because of a lot of those offensive metrics, but they shouldn't be out, right? I mean, look.
It goes back real quick. It goes back to when the committee was talking about Alabama and how they run the ball, and that's why they're lower in the rankings. Who the hell cares? Win or lose the football game, and however you do it. Oklahoma won this game, scoring 17 points. Great. They won the football game. That's all that matters. I hate the fact that we're talking about, like, rushing metrics and how offenses play. Like, Miami last year, their offensive prowess. They couldn't defend anyone last year. Oklahoma 1,000% should be in the playoff no matter how they win football games.
And then you want resumes. Okay, so yes, they lost to Texas. They lost by 1 score to Ole Miss, a team, and that's why they will stay behind Ole Miss no matter what happens here. That's fine. That's the top 7 team in the country. But you beat Michigan soundly. You beat Tennessee on the road. You beat Alabama on the road.
Yep.
You beat Missouri pretty soundly. Defensive game, but so be it. This LSU win seals it. I mean, it would have been that simple. Those offensive arguments would have been correct had they lost this game. They didn't lose this game. They've earned it so far this season. They've lost. Their 2 losses are to 2 of probably the top 12 or 13 teams in the country. Oklahoma damn well deserves to be here. They've done it in an uglier fashion than some others, but that's Brent Venables' team. That's his identity, his defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, Oklahoma deserves to be in the playoff right there. My stat real quick is kind of the same as Dalton's, just a kind of different way to frame the LSU struggles on offense. Dalton, LSU had 9 first downs in this game and 9 punts in this game.
Tough ratio, right?
They had as many punts as first downs in this game. My guy, mi familia, Grant Chadwick, the LSU punter, he was very busy in this game for the Tigers. Listen, we knew this game would be a race to 20, and it didn't even get to a race to 20. It got to 17. We knew the winner of this game is probably going to score somewhere between 17 and 20 points. That's exactly what happened in this game. It was a punt fest from both teams, LSU and Oklahoma. Neither teams could get the run games going. Both quarterbacks in this game were below average as well. The difference was, though, Oklahoma, and you'll get into it right now, Dalton, one guy for Oklahoma made some big chunk plays for the Sooners when they needed it most.
Isaiah Satania has been making big chunk plays for Oklahoma all season, especially the last several weeks, both as a receiver and as their punt returner, but 9 catches for 121 yards and the touchdown, albeit, yes, on a major coverage bust from LSU, but you know what? That's all it takes is just one of those mistakes to happen, right? And Satania generally has been in the middle of most of the explosive plays here for Oklahoma. Obviously picked up 4 other first downs aside from the touchdown and you know, the receiving grade around a 70 because he did have a drop in this game. And again, that's a play where, you know, the coverage bust and the touchdown where he wouldn't get the highest grade on the scale because he was left standing there by himself with 30 yards of space around him, but still a really big game. And he just seems to be the one guy with that track level speed that he has that can make big plays in this Oklahoma offense. And once again, he made a couple of them in this game.
Yeah, I want to shout out Peyton Bowen. Well, I feel like I've shouted out a lot this year, but he's been outstanding for them, and he was outstanding in this game too. 88.5 coverage grade in this one, 2 catches allowed on 3 targets, only 1 receiving yard allowed. One of the catches was a touchdown, but I would attribute that more to an outstanding play design and a perfect play call by the interim OC for LSU, Alex Atkins, on this one. So that wasn't really, I would argue, on Peyton Bowen. It was a great play design, I would argue, by LSU. He also had an unreal interception in the end zone, too, on Michael Van Buren Jr., where just completely jumped up and made a diving catch in the end zone, an incredible play. Also had a run defense stop and a coverage stop for Oklahoma. Former 5-star recruit. This is a guy, actually, that Oklahoma got flipped to them on, I believe, National Signing Day. It was a long, drawn-out recruitment. I believe he was committed to Oregon. Last second, he flipped to Oklahoma, and the Sooners have been reaping the rewards ever since. He has been an outstanding player in Oklahoma's secondary this year, and I would argue right now he's one of the best all-around safeties that we have in college football right now.
And I'll tell you what, considering how tight to the vest this game was, remember that interception came right after a John Mateer interception that LSU had returned inside the Oklahoma 10-yard line, and Bowen comes back, was it the next play or 2 plays later, and makes that play. That could have been a spot where Oklahoma fell in an early hole in this game, and he saved them and bailed out Mateer from the mistake that he made. So, look, once again, Oklahoma's offense, it is a struggle right now. It has been a struggle for weeks, really, ever since John Mateer came back and got somewhat healthy from the hand injury he had early in the year and having that surgery. But they're going to the playoff. Right now, if you're in the top 8, just the way the math works, you're locked in. Oklahoma's locked in. There will be some suspense as to whether they're playing in Oklahoma, in Norman, or on the road, but either way, they're there, and you have to credit Brent Venables for getting his team through a gauntlet of an SEC schedule, getting them through a quarterback injury. Did Mateer ever miss a game? Maybe missed one game, I believe it was.
Like Kent State, I believe.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Mateer missed one game and came back, and he clearly wasn't right, and he hasn't played great since then, but this defense and the identity of this football team in really the image of Brent Venables and how he wants his team to look, they've locked themselves into a playoff spot. A lot of credit to him.
And you know what? John Mateer now is essentially 3 weeks off until he plays another game. So maybe that helps him recover even more for this hand injury.
Yeah, I mean, it's that. But it's also the offensive line's got to play better.
Yeah.
It's really the entire operation. They have to be better. If they play offense like they've played the last couple weeks, yeah, they may not win a playoff game, but they have time to prepare. They have time to get healthy, like you mentioned. And the bar there for their offense isn't that high. They've just won 2 games scoring 17 points. This team gets to 24 to 27. You feel really good about their chances of winning because they just don't give up points. They just don't. They turn the football over. They have a great pass rush that can get after you. The blitz can get after you. So this is a tough team to beat, and it's not an easy defense for anybody in the country to deal with.
No, absolutely not. Armisen Thomas able to get healthy, too, for that playoff game, too. I'm sure he'll do everything he can to play in that game because he's one of the best pass rushers in college football. And, yeah, Oklahoma, the offense has struggled, but the defense is a top 5 defense, I'd argue, in college football right now. If you could score 20 to 24 points maybe in the playoff, you could probably beat anyone in the playoff the way this Oklahoma defense is playing right now. So Oklahoma clinching a playoff spot with a 17-13 win over LSU.